Parayanam session, we had spoken about the Bhajagovindam drama. Now, it was during that trip to Bombay that we had our first time we came into contact with. Television had just come to India at that time, and in the guest house there, they had kept a television box. And Swami called all of us and said, "See, this is television." And then Swami said, "It's television kadu, television." It not only brings things which are out of sight to your vision, but it also brings all the junk, all the visham from the external world to your house. That's what Swami said. And then, of course, there was some very ordinary Doordarshan program going on. It was a black and white TV, I remember. We were all very fascinated because for the first time we were seeing TV screen and something was going on. I think it was some insipid program which was going on, and in between we would see strange lines coming in, and then someone would say, "Oh, something is disturbing the antenna. Maybe there's some bird sitting on the antenna." It was that primitive at that time. Of course, the second time we saw this was very interesting because it was in Swami's 50th birthday celebration. They had put a closed circuit TV. And I remember we were getting dressed in the green room in Purnachanda auditorium. They had put a closed circuit TV so we could see what was happening on the stage in the front. Coming back to this trip to Bombay, we saw this television, and then Swami took us to one more room, and as we were sitting around him and Swami was talking to us, we saw on the table there was a beautiful model of something. And then Swami told us, "This is the auditorium of the future." That's what he said. And then he said, "Swami, there is no roof. There's only a stage." And then Swami said, "Yes, for the crowds which gather in the days to come, the earth will have to be the floor and the sky will have to be the roof. That is the kind of crowds which would come, and it would be impossible to contain them in any auditorium." We didn't realize at that time, but it was for 1985, for the 60th birthday, when the Shanti Vedika opened, we realized that this was the model which was there. You can imagine Swami is planning 10 years ahead. It was being planned. And so that was another very interesting thing which happened, that our hosts had arranged for us to go for sightseeing. And then all of us protested, saying that, "Swami, we don't want to go for any sightseeing. We want to be with you. We want to spend as much time as possible in your divine Sannidhi." And then Swami said, "No, see, they have taken so much of trouble. You must follow whatever program they have arranged for you." And we pleaded with Swami, said, "No, Swami, please keep us here, because Bombay and its markets and the shops are all going to be there all the time. We can come and see this at any time, but having your darshan and being with you in close proximity is such a privilege. We don't want to miss even a minute of it." Swami was very happy with this. Just at that moment, Professor Kasturi came in. And Swami asked, "Professor Kasturi, shopping veltava? Will you go for shopping?" "Chudu Vilanta," he said. And Swami said, "See my boys, they have so much of detachment. They don't want to go and see Bombay. They want to see Swami only. They want to be with Swami." That is what they are saying. Of course, it was only much later that I understood that Professor Kasturi was telling all that only to give Swami one more occasion to encourage us. Okay, a few minutes later, as we were discussing about this, Mr. Indulal Shah came. And Swami told Indulal Shah, "Dekho, my boys," very proudly like a mother. Swami said, "Look at my boys. They have no fascination for this world. Okay, they are only attracted towards Swami." And then Swami said, "They have no desires except one." Now we were astounded. What was this one desire that we had? Then Swami said, "They want to see Bombay with me. So arrange bus so that the boys can see Bombay along with Swami." This is what he said. And we were very excited because originally it was either Bombay or Swami. And now Swami was taking us to Bombay. That was the plan. And of course, when the devotees from Bombay arrange anything, they do it so beautifully. But when they do it for Swami, it is unsurpassable. That is the way they make arrangements. And so the arrangement was made. And that evening, after the bhajan session, after Swami had given darshan and aarti was taken, Swami got into his car and we got into a minibus which was arranged for us. And this minibus even had a separate cabin in which there would be a person who would guide us. The guide would speak and explain the various places of interest in the city as we moved around. And it was very beautiful. It was naturally air conditioned and we all got inside and we started our journey. And we were very delighted because Swami's car was ahead of us. We could see the silhouette of Swami's hair and we were all very excited sitting in the minibus and watching Swami's car. When we were near Juhu, at one point suddenly Swami's car stopped. Swami got down from the car and came near the bus. It was then that we realized that Swami wanted to travel with us in the bus itself. And I was sitting just next to the steps. And so quickly I got up. And as Swami came in, I said, Swami, please sit here. Swami said, if I sit here, where will you sit? Because I had quickly noticed that all the seats were occupied. That's why I stood up. And I said, no, Swami, I like to stand. Swami said, no, we can adjust, come. And so Swami made place and I sat next to Swami. So then the journey started. As we were going near Juhu, suddenly Swami got down from his car and came near the bus. It was then that we realized that Swami wanted to travel with us in the bus itself. I was sitting in the seat next to the steps, and a quick look and I noticed all the seats were occupied. So quickly I stood up as Swami came in. I said, Swami, please sit here. Then Swami said, if I sit here, where will you sit? I said, no, Swami, I would like to stand. Then Swami said, no, come, we can adjust. And Swami squeezed himself and made place for me. So I got a chance to sit there with Swami. And then as we were proceeding, one thing that students did was they put the curtains for the window so that we could see Swami, we could be fully focused on Swami. It was at that point Swami said something very interesting. He said, no, open the curtains. He said, I want you to see the world. He said, I want you to see the world, but I want you to see the God who is there in the world, manifest as various things and various people. This should be your approach. The Sai approach is not running away to the forest, but it is to recognize the divinity present in everyone around you. And so, as we opened the curtains and the minibus was proceeding, Swami showed us various places. He said, see, this is the Vallabhbhai Patel Stadium. I used to give discourses here in the early 70s. And then as we passed another place, Swami said, this is Sai Datta's studio. Sai Datta was the official photographer at that time. This is Sai Datta's studio. In fact, I inaugurated it. And as we were going like that, we came to the Chaupati beach. Swami said, here they sell some pani puri or something like that. They sell. And of course, we came to the gateway of India. Swami showed us the gateway and the Taj Hotel, which was there on the other side. And we went round Bombay and then we came till Malabar Hill. By this time, it was already 11 o'clock. We had started at 7 and it was 11 in the night. And Swami said, let us turn back. And so we turned back. And as we came near Juhu, Swami said, hey, you don't have to come to Dharmakshetra to leave me. From here itself, you go directly to Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, where we were staying. So Swami said, you don't have to come there. And Swami just got down. As Swami was getting down, Swami looked at me and said, you come to Prashanti Nilayam. I was very delighted because it's such an opportunity, vacation, and Swami had called to Patti. Then Swami got down from the bus, and as Swami went to the car, the headlight of the bus caught Swami. It was just about 10 feet away. The car had stopped just 10 feet away. But in that few seconds, immediately a crowd The traffic stopped and hundreds of people came and surrounded Swami. And then we realized what it was to be with Swami. All these people were waiting for a glimpse of Swami. Another very interesting thing which happened, which I forgot to mention, was in the traffic light, as we were going to one of the traffic lights, it had turned red, and so the minibus had stopped. And there was a mother who came with a child for begging. And look at her good fortune. She went straight to Swami's window and asked for alms. And Swami looked at the person next to him. He was Mr. Ashish Kamani. And they were very rich business people. And Swami said, I have no pockets. I want to give her some money. So Mr. Ashish gave Swami a 100 rupee note. 100 rupee had quite a bit of value those days. And Swami gave it to that lady. But while giving it to her, Swami explained to her that it is a 100 rupee note. Please be very careful. Get some milk for the child. And you also eat nicely with this. Swami said with so much of love that we realize, so even when we give, we can give with grace. We are learning from the Supreme Mother herself what it means to give. To give does not mean that one should feel one is superior and the other person is inferior. You can exalt the other person by the love with which you give. That is what we learned. Okay, so then early next morning, Swami was leaving for Bangalore by flight, and we were to follow by the train. So as Swami was getting down, I quickly asked Swami, can we come to Dharmakshetra early morning to have darshan? And Swami said, okay, all of you come. So by 6 o'clock we were there at Dharmakshetra, and Swami insisted all of us should have breakfast with him. We all had breakfast. And then, of course, the next desires never cease. He said, Swami, we would like to see you off at the airport. And Swami said, okay, start quickly. And so we started. Swami was so happy with us, maybe because the drama performance was up to his expectation. Whatever it was, Swami was granting us boons. And so here we went to the airport. And there was a visitors gallery. In those days, we could go to the visitors gallery, which would be only about 20-30 feet away from the place where the planes would halt. And then as we went and stood there, we suddenly noticed the gates opening and Swami's car coming in. As Swami's car used to come straight to the aircraft those days. So as Swami's car came to the aircraft, the pilot, the air hostess and the airport officials were all waiting with garlands to garland Swami. Of course, this was during the time when Swami used to accept garlands. Much later, Swami said, there's no need to offer me garlands. Give me one flower, that is enough. So they were all waiting with garlands. And as Swami came out of the car, they came quickly to garland. Swami said, wait. And then he showed the visitors gallery and he told them that, see, those are my boys. And Swami started waving to us. And as, of course, Swami started waving, all the airport officials, everyone also started waving to us, and all the other visitors were dumbstruck to see that so many people were waving to us from the aircraft. And then, of course, Swami got into the Indian Airlines flight. And as the plane turned, Swami was in the front seat, and Swami waved his handkerchief to the window. We had darshan, and then, of course, the plane took off. And that day, our train was in the afternoon, and all the senior officials, including Mr. Indulal Shah and the state president, all of them came to see us off at the railway station. And then we landed in Bangalore. That was the end of this trip. But Bhajagovindam drama did not end there, because this drama was put up in front of Swami at least 10 times. And I remember immediately after that, the All India radio people had come here to record this drama and put it in the Yuvavani program. It was such a hit that again, for the second time, it was aired in All India radio. Besides this, on Swami's 50th birthday, this drama was put up in Prashanti Nilayam on that night, 23rd November 1975. This drama was what was put up, because Swami was very particular about this drama. More about this in the next Parayanam session. Oh.